Right, so Lukaku signs for Chelsea again. Stick around. Hello friends, come on in, come on in. We've got a lovely video here today. I've been looking forward to making this one. Welcome to the Blue Pride of London. I'm your host Nathan, and it's an absolute joy to have all of you here today. So if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel and you've seen us a few times, it would mean so much to me if you wouldn't mind hitting that button just down there. And if at any point you do enjoy this video, please hit the like button as well, because it really does help out the channel. And we are quite new, just a few months old, and we are trying our best to sort of build on this platform. So guys, please do consider subscribing and liking this video. This video, I've been sort of putting off making it. I know a lot of YouTubers sort of announced their videos yesterday of this signing, but I wanted to make sure and wait until Chelsea have officially announced the signing of Lukaku. And yeah, we're going to have a quick little look at him. And well, we don't really need to know much because we know a lot about this striker already. So let's get into the stats. So this signing has been a long time coming. There's been a lot of distractions with Haaland and other strikers. But of course, Lukaku has his head turned with obviously the problems he's been having at Inter, with obviously Antonio Conte leaving and a few other players being sold, and Inter actually making a very public announcement saying that we are looking to clear the shop, that we are selling players because we need to balance the books. And you know, Lukaku was very, very happy at Inter. He recently won sort of like the player of the year last season, won the title last season. But obviously Inter is now in a position where they need to start generating funds. Even though he did say, in fact, that he was happy to stay, that he wanted to stay, Chelsea came in and they've convinced Inter to sell. And it is a wonderful signing. I think it was for 115 million euros, which is about 97 million pounds, which if you consider some of the signings that have been gone on in this transfer window so far, that is a really, really, really good deal for a sort of a recognisable striker, which is what Chelsea is desperate for. Yeah, we do have some decent strikers on our books still. We still don't know what's going on with Tammy Abraham, and obviously Timo Werner. He struggled with his first season at Chelsea, but you know, we all like him because of the effort that he puts in. But Chelsea did need a natural number 9, and Lukaku seems to be fitting that bill very, very well. So it is official, Lukaku has become a Blue once again, and there seems to be a little bit of unfinished business for Lukaku. So let's have a little look at his stats and compare him to one of our most famous strikers, Didier Drogba. So let's just put these stats up on the screen. Like, Lukaku played very, very well within the Premier League, and his stats are really, really, really good. If you have a quick little look, he played 252 times, scoring 113 goals with 35 assists. And that's a pretty decent return. If you consider the struggles that he had within Manchester United, he was always sort of criticised for being too big, being too bulky. But over the space of 4 different teams, remember, he played for Chelsea, he was loaned out to West Brom and also Everton before we eventually sold him. And then obviously when we thought we were going to get him back from Everton, he decided to play for Manchester United. And, you know, he did quite well. Like, his stats were pretty good. He scored some really nice goals against Chelsea as well within that time at Manchester United before obviously making the move to Inter. But if you compare them to another Chelsea striker who is a legend at the club, Didier Drogba, his goal tally per sort of appearance is a lot better. Look at these stats from Didier Drogba. Drogba played for Chelsea 254 times, scoring 104 goals, but with 55 assists. Now, when you consider that Drogba is considered one of the all-time best strikers of Chelsea's history, but you look at the numbers between Drogba's appearances and Lukaku's appearances to goals, Lukaku has actually turned out a lot better within the Premier League. And obviously his stats in Italy are just as impressive. But if you look at the difference between what he was like at Manchester United compared to what he is now, he was always considered as quite a bulky, big, muscular, sort of physical type of character when he played for Manchester United. But since his time at Inter, he has sort of trimmed down the muscle a little bit. He's got faster. He still has that physical presence within the box. Most of his goals come within the sort of like the 12-yard penalty area. And, he's always a fox in the box, which is something that Chelsea has definitely needed ever since Diego Costa, basically. A player who is hell-bent on not necessarily running behind the lines, but always in between the goalposts. And if you consider the type of chances that Chelsea make on a regular occurrence, there's a high possibility, a guarantee that this guy will score more goals going forward. The numbers speak for themselves. He has improved since leaving Manchester United. He has got a better ratio. He is a better player. And the stats speak for themselves. These sort of like the numbers speak for themselves. So I think it's a really, really, really good signing. Now, like I said, I think he does, in fact, have a little bit of unfinished business at Chelsea. When we bought him in 2011, he was it was his dream move. He wanted to play for Chelsea. He is a Chelsea fan. I remember watching a video of him when he came as a sort of a youth player looking at Stamford Bridge, and he even said that one day I will play here. But unfortunately, he only made 10 appearances for the first team, scoring 0 goals. Yeah, he had 2 loan moves, a really successful loan move to West Brom, and he sort of came back, had a few more chances before he went off to Everton until his move became more permanent in 2014. Yeah, and in 2017, we did think we were going to get him back, but he did in fact choose to go to Manchester United. Now, after a reasonably successful time at Manchester United, he moved to Inter Milan. So since 2019, he made 72 appearances with 47 goals for Inter. And that's a really good turnover for 2 years. And coming back into Chelsea with the point to prove, to show that he can still show his muscle. And, this is probably his last big move before he thinks about sort of like, the winter season of his career. He is 28 years old. We've signed him on a decent long contract. So by the time his contract at Chelsea is finished, he's going to be in his early 30s. So there's a high chance that he will look to sort of finish his career at Chelsea, end on a high, win some trophies, eventually score that goal that he is desperately after in a blue shirt. And, maybe look at sort of like going to the MLS or having a bit more of a sort of like an easier run towards the end of his career. But guys, I am extremely pleased with this signing. Yeah, we've been very, very quiet. It is only our second signing of the transfer window. And considering the money that we have generated and the money that we have in the bank, the fact we've only spent £97 million so far and a potential only 1, maybe 2 players coming in until next season. What does that mean now? We've got him in. He's definitely been confirmed. We have until Tuesday afternoon to sort of register him so he can play and make his debut in the Super League Cup on the sort of Wednesday, the 11th of August. And I think a lot of Chelsea fans will be definitely looking forward to seeing Lukaku back in a Chelsea shirt and winning trophies. And I can pretty much say that I'm dead confident that we have to be at least favourite or one of the favourites to win the Premier League next season. So I'm now looking forward to next season. I cannot wait until next weekend where the Premier League eventually starts when we play Crystal Palace. And I would love to hear your thoughts, and please put your comments down below. And until next time, guys, thank you ever so much, and I will see you next time.